Hi chefs, hope you're all okay. This is part 2 of the Genoise Sponge videos. We're going to be finishing it off and decorating it today. So you can see we've got the finished sponge which has cooled down nicely. We've got some fresh fruit, some strawberry jam and some lightly whipped cream. So I'd say it's kind of medium peaked cream. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is slice our sponges in half. So you want your long serrated knife, and the way I do it to get it nice and even is just run your knife around the edge to start with and just mark the middle. Just turning it every time. Just making sure basically do a guide, okay, and then go around again following that guide, but just push it in a little bit further every time till you reach the middle, and you should then be able to take your sponge off. So we've got two halves there, and we'll do exactly the same thing with this one. So go around, and then cut straight through the middle. Okay, and we've got nice and even sponges, and you can see how light and aerated this sponge is. So we're going to fill this one with jam and whipped cream. So we want to use nice light fillings. You could use a buttercream if you want as well, but I've got some fresh cream, so I'm going to use some fresh cream. So just going to put a little bit on the base, just so it doesn't slide around. Okay, and just press that down, and then get a nice amount of cream, and just spread your cream out. Don't go right to the edges, leave a little bit, couple of centimeters gap. Because what's going to happen when we layer this cake up is the cream's going to squash down and push out a little bit more. So you don't want to overdo it at this stage. Okay. So now I've done that, I'm going to put a few raspberries in. Just press them down. And then the next layer, I'm just going to put a little bit of jam on. So just spoon some jam in. And this just helps keep the cake moist, adds a little bit of flavour, a little bit of colour when you slice it. And prop it on and just press it really lightly. Okay, you can see nice and even. And then I'm going to put cream on. And again, just spread it around. I'm going to do some blueberries on this layer. And again, just press them in. And then we're going to jam this layer. And press that up. And again, just press it down nice and lightly. going to do some blueberries and raspberries. And then some more jam on here. And the top layer goes on. Just make sure it's nice and even. And then a final layer of cream on top. And I'm going to go right to the edges on this one. And then just smooth off those edges to make it nice and neat. And you could, if you've got enough cream, do all around the edge as well. I haven't got enough cream, so I'm going to leave my edges free. But what you would do with that is just layer the cream on, and just with your scraper, just scrape around, just to make it nice and neat. You could do that anyway, just to smooth any cream that's popping out off. Okay, so we're going to decorate the cake now, decorate the top. When you do the top of a gatto, if you're doing it for commercial uses, you usually want to use your decoration to mark out portions. So before you start piping or putting any fruit or chocolate or any flourishes on, mark your portions out. You can either do that by eye with a knife, which is probably what I'm going to do, or you could use something like this. So this is called a tort divider, and you can see it's got portions with markers on, and you just press it on top of your cake and pull it off, and that marks portions for you. Really, really handy if you're working in a cafe or you just struggle with portion control. Okay, so I've put the rest of my cream in my piping bag, and I've halved some strawberries. I'm just, with my knife, going to mark out my portions. So for a cake this size, you're probably looking at about 8 portions. So just mark with your knife how that's going to look. Just makes it much easier when you're piping. So I'm happy with that. And then with my piping bag, I've got a star nozzle on. I'm just going to do some nice pipings. Just like that. And then I'll do one in the middle just to hide the markings. And then on each bit of cream, I'm just going to put a strawberry, so they're all facing the same way. And one more. And then you could put some extra fruit on the top. You could grate some chocolate on the top if you wanted to. So I'll just do a close up of the cake.